What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we ended up setting up a destabilized redstone ocean, and we were collecting a whole lot of destabilized redstone from it, and that is really cool. So we're using, currently, the mechanism pump in order to pump out this fluid, but the problem that we're having is it's super laggy when we join into this world. And like all the fluid updates that are currently happening, every time we remove like a brand new source block from the surface, then it's got to like work its way down, update all of these, saying, hey, yeah, we're one block lower or whatever. You know, this pump works pretty good. There's nothing really wrong with it and it's doing its job, but I would like a way where there's less lag from doing that. And I think RF Tools might have a solution for us. So I made another builder and I was looking at these different cards here. There is a shape card pump, which I haven't used before, and I don't know if there's a way that we can filter, so I kind of want to explore this, but if this works the way I think it does, it should just replace all the source blocks with dirt, and then there won't be any block updates or any of that stuff, so I think we'll be pretty good at that point. So this doesn't cost a whole lot to make the shape card pump. It does require water and lava, a couple extra buckets, and then a regular shape card, but all of these things I do believe that we can do. So let's go back to the base real quick. Let's grab a bucket of lava. I'll just tell it to make a few buckets so we have some extras on hand. Lava, we haven't used too much of, but we still have some over here by our smeltery. So that should be pretty much everything that we need in order to make the shape card. Oh, you know what? We need some brick, right? How many brick do we need? I don't know. I'll just craft up like 10 of them. I think it said we needed 2, but we might need some for something else. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a shape card. There is the shape card pump, and that's all we needed. Okay, so I'm curious if we right-click on this. All right, so by default, it shows a 5x5x5, no offset. It's a box solid. Okay, so no big deal. Doesn't look like there's a filter on here, but we are going to want to make this like 512 by, oh, I don't know, 64 by 512, and I think we want an offset of 32. I don't know if it has to be minus 32 or positive 32, but that way it should like move it down so it's not like at even with the surface or whatever. We'll figure that out when we mess with this. So let's go to this dimension again. All right. Sometime today. I'm also hoping that if I use this thing, it will like make the rest of this fluid kind of go away too. All right, so let's take this out of here. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of this. All right, cool. So we'll put our RF Tools builder right here. We'll put this shape card into it. And let's do this preview mode. I want to see if that is above or below or where that is. Actually, that is exactly what we want it to be. Oh, no. It's going way up high. So we are inside of it. All right, so we want to change that to be a minus 32. Okay, so we'll turn off the preview mode, make all that stuff go away once again. Hopefully. I guess it's a big area. It's got to update all the different blocks where the support blocks are, right? Or do I have to turn it off? Okay, hold on a second. Let me turn that. I don't know how this works. I don't want to crash a game. Like I've had that problem happened before where I change the setting, turn it off and on, and then like it doesn't really work anymore. Yeah, you know what I think I need to do? I think I need to turn the preview off, put this back to where it was before. I can move my cursor. Okay, so now it's back where it used to be. We turn the preview on, so it should think that's filling in the sky and the level below us with the blocks. And then we can turn it off, and then that should just go away, and then we move it. I think that's the order of operations you need to do with this thing. So let's turn this off. And does it remove the blocks from the sky? It looks like, yeah, that's what we needed to do. Okay, good. All right, so all of those go away. So you want to turn off the preview first before you make your change. So now we want to come over here, do a minus 32, and then turn it back on and make sure that looks right. I believe that should be better now. Yeah, that looks like that's right above the ocean. It goes all the way down. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now turn the preview back off once again. We should be able to put our black hole tank right here and then give this thing some power. We might need to give it a redstone signal. All right, so we're giving it power. Oh no, yeah, well, we can give it to redstone signal, or we could just flip that lever. Let's just go ahead and give it a lever. Lever. Okay, so it is doing stuff. Now, it is possible that it won't be doing anything for a while since it's got to search through a whole bunch of different area that we've already pumped out. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're doing anything yet. And we could also go back and take this thing, which we didn't do, and we can infuse it with the dimensional shards to make it go faster. So let me go do that real quick, and then we will try this once again. All right, guys, already this is working much better. Like, the lag has been kept down to a minimum. Obviously, there's still a bunch of lag because of this fluid type, but yeah, this is working so much better. I like this a lot. So we are over here, to the north of our entry point. Yeah, this goes out 256 blocks in pretty much every direction from our builder. Now, what's really good about this is the speed in which it is collecting these fluids. Like, this is so much faster than that mechanism pump ever was. And with our flux point and some cryostabilized flux ducts touching multiple sides of this thing, we can, if we really want to, use our time in a bottle and speed that up as fast as we want to. Look at how fast these chunks are going by. Yeah, you can kind of see off in the distance there, it's doing some stuff. Look at how fast we're collecting this fluid. Like, this is crazy. This is so much better than what we were doing before. I like this a lot. So we can make ourselves a super expensive dimension that costs a lot of RF, come in here, and then like time in the bottom, collect a whole bunch of it and get out before like the dimension collapses, right? But yeah, you can see here that we are using like 700,000 RF per tick to collect at that speed. So it's not free to do it, but it is pretty fast. So yeah, we're already up to, what is that, 1 million buckets of destabilized redstone. Yeah, that's the millibuckets. So these are buckets, thousands, and millions. So we are doing pretty good. I think we might be okay on the destabilized redstone for now. I think it might be time for us to move on to some other type of material that we need a whole lot of. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, guys, so I'm trying to figure out our next step that we should do. Now, our ultimate goal is to get to this creative vending upgrade, because that's going to allow us to, for one thing, make multiple creative vending upgrades. And for another, we can make infinite of any type of storable item in a storage drawer with this. So that's our ultimate goal. But trying to figure out how to get here, that's the thing that's kind of been stalling me a little bit to figure out what we need to do. Now, I was kind of looking, this does require a few creative items in order to get to the creative vending upgrade, and creative fluid tank seems like the next logical step, actually, because that should allow us to do essentially what we're doing with the RF tools dimension. Just put any fluid into the creative fluid tank, and we should be able to extract out infinite amount of that. Now, I don't know how fast this is. Maybe it's a lot better to do the RF tools dimension, but I feel like since we're going to need this anyway, this is going to be our next step. Now, there's nothing super crazy about making this particular item. I was kind of looking at all the different stuff. Now, we need a whole bunch of different buckets of liquid, this Pohoho lava. I was trying to figure out how to make that, and I don't see a recipe here. I know that's an IC2 thing, and I know I've made it before, but yeah, it's something I'm going to have to look up. But yeah, like, all of this stuff I think is doable. I don't think there's anything too crazy here. And then we need these portable tanks, just basic. So 32 buckets of like tree oil, ethanol. This one is UU matter. We got so much of that now. And primal mana. That might be a little bit more difficult, but I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that when we get there. But everything else I was kind of looking at doesn't seem super difficult. Now, this does require us to have a chaotic core, which means we have to have a chaos shard, which means we have to go kill the chaos guardian at least once, right? Okay. So that is one big thing that we're going to have to do. We have to go fight the Chaos Guardian. And then this also requires these ultimate ingots. Now, looking at this, it looks scary, but it's just a bunch of ingots, right? Now, I don't know how many of these that we have. We probably have a good portion of all of this. Some of these we might not have that many of, like Insanium ingots. That's going to require a lot of the mystical agriculture stuff. Void metal ingots, maybe the thaumium ingots. Like, we're gonna have to do some stuff here, but for the most part, I think we have a good amount of a lot of this stuff, or we're able to make it quite easily. So I think that's probably doable here. So there is, what is that? 4, 8, so 16 ingots required. That's shown here. And then the ultimate catalysts do require 4 of these ultimate components, which is 2 more. So that is 2, 4, 8, right? So 8, 16, 32, 32. So we need like 48 of these things. If we make a stack, we'll probably want extras. If we make a stack of every single ingot, we will have more than enough, and we should be able to do that. So I feel like our next step here, let's look at making these ultimate ingots. I think that's where we should start off. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through the system and find everything that we can craft, put it in order, and then that'll leave us with everything that we don't know about or we have a hard time doing, and then we can figure out how we're going to go ahead and make all of those items. Okay, so that's my next step. I'm going to try and find 81 different ingots. Hopefully we have a good portion of those. Put them into our ultimate crafting and see what's left over. Whew, that's taken a little bit of time here to collect all of the different ingots that we have available and craft all the ones so we got a stack of them. So you can see here I have gold singularities. These are just placeholders for where we couldn't put ingots in. Either we don't have them done, we can't make them, whatever. So let's start here. Alchemical brass ingot. So to make an alchemical brass ingot, we need to use the crucible. Yep. So there is no other way of doing this. Like, we can get further into Thaumcraft and automate this process. We haven't done that yet. So essentially we need to get 5 instrumentum into our crucible and then throw an iron ingot in. Well, I was kind of looking at different ways to get instrumentum, and there are some decent ways of doing it. Like, there are different pairs of shears that we can make. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, like these copper, no, not the copper ones, tin. I think it was Electrum shears had it, and some of these different ones from Mystical Agriculture have only instrumentum on them. Of course, I am not looking at the ones exactly that have it. Like this right here, this intermedium has 16, but we can't craft it. It doesn't show there's a recipe available. Yeah, so anyway, I was kind of going through this, and it looks like probably one of the best ways of getting this would be through something silly called a chicken stick. All right, so let's look. Chicken stick. This is craftable. This is from X Compressum. So what you have to do is take a stick, and you take a stick plus a chicken, and then you get a chicken stick. So let's grab a stick. Let's just grab one of these. I was looking at our Instrumentum V, and this is about all that we had, and we're going to need a bit more than that to make a full stack. Yeah, so let's come over here. We should be able to spawn in some chickens. This one. Yeah, mob chicken. All right, let's spawn in a chicken. Let's see if we can get this to work here. Oop. Okay, so we got chickens, and if we grab a stick, smack it. Oh, okay, so now we got an entity, angry chicken. All right, so we got an angry chicken, new entity. So we kill it, and then we get a chicken stick. Okay, so that's how that works. So let's grab another stick. We'll hit this chicken with it. So we got another angry chicken. Man, look at the wings. Those are doing some weird things there. Let's grab another mob imprisonment tool. And we'll grab this chicken. Okay, so now we have an angry chicken. We can put back our mob imprisonment tool for the regular chicken. Let's just get rid of all these other... That was a compressed chicken that didn't explode into a bazillion chickens, which is weird. All right, so now that we have that, let's put away any of this other stuff that we have on us. I guess that chicken stick, we'll put that away. Okay. Get all this stuff sorted here. So, angry chickens. Let's go, angry chickens. All right, so now we're getting all sorts of chicken sticks, and these only have the instrumentum on them. Okay, I think we got too many going here. Too many chickens. Oh boy. Still an angry chicken up here? Okay, got them all. So now we have all these chicken sticks. We'll just put them all into our applied energistic system. All right, so chicken stick. Yeah, we got 54 of those, and each one of these has 20 instrumentum on it, and that'll allow us to do, what, 4 of these alchemical brass ingots? Yeah, so that's pretty good. So I will go ahead and let's... Was it copper you put in there? No, it was iron, right? Iron? All right, let's go try this out. Make sure this all works like we think it should. I'm sure it's all going to be just fine, but you never know. There might be some gotcha. Maybe it doesn't work exactly. Who knows? So over here we have our crucible. We have this far from the base, so in case any of the crazy tentacle monsters appear, it doesn't appear in our base. So we'll drop that in there, and 4 of those. And there we go, 4 alchemical brass ingots. Okay, cool. So we have our alchemical brass ingots in their spot. The other Thaumcraft one that we need to do is this void metal ingot. So I don't think we've done this at all. So we need 9 void metal nuggets that turn into an ingot, or if we make the seeds, 8 of the void metal essence turns into 3 void metal ingots. Now to make the seeds, that's a tier 5, and that does require us to have 8 void metal blocks. So it's a little expensive up front, but then we have infinite of this stuff. I think it's probably going to be worth us doing this. So yeah, that's what we're going to want to do. Nether star, and then we need the mineralist ritual. But yeah, I don't think that really matters too much. But we do need to unlock this. I was kind of looking in the Thaumonomicon earlier and doing a little bit of research on how we unlock this. We haven't done a whole lot of Thaumcraft, right? Not a whole lot. We did a little bit, just enough to get by, but like we haven't really touched Thaumcraft at all. So apparently, in order to unlock void metal, sorry, I just saw this other tab over here. You need to unlock the Eldritch tab, and in order to unlock that, we need to scan. Let me search for Thaumcraft. We use our thermometer to scan this Crimson Rites. Now, Crimson Rites you get from, I think, like if you find those random portals out in the world and they spawn in certain of the Crimson Guardians, or I don't know, whatever. Like, we ended up getting one of these a while ago. I don't think I ever scanned it, though. But apparently scanning that should unlock the Eldritch tab, from what I understand. Or maybe not. Maybe we have to read it. Okay, so right-clicking on that did something. What happens now? Do we have anything else unlocked here? I'm not seeing anything else unlocked. So there might be something else that I need to do in order to do this, but I thought it would be underneath the alchemy section, or maybe one of these other ones. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research and figure out what it is that we need to do to unlock it, but I thought that was all we had to do. Apparently not. So apparently I'm supposed to scan one of these Crimson Knights in order to unlock the Eldritch tab. We'll find out if that's gonna work here. I've learned something new. A bunch of these guys coming out. Do I gotta scan the portal? Nothing new, nothing new. Okay, well, let's kill these guys. I did end up making void seeds. You can craft those. So we can scan that, but it still doesn't look like we have unlocked Eldritch. I did unlock Golemancy. I just needed to scan a Iron Golem. Hey, that's not very nice. Oh, is that a new guy that I needed to scan? Maybe I need to scan this guy. Okay, I scanned the cleric. Okay, well, I'm gonna still check this out. There's gotta be something else that I'm missing here. Alright, so on the Fundamentals tab, I see the Crimson Colt. This thing says newly discovered research, had a little gold star there, and then it said Crimson Rites, so we can complete this. And now we have something complete. Aha, diving into the Eldritch. Here we go. So we have everything ready to go. Warping level taboo. Alright, well, we need to do that. So now on the Eldritch tab, Void Seeds. So we need Theory Eldritch. So we gotta get a little bit more Eldritch research going on, but we already know how to make the void seeds. We've already done that, but I believe we are going to need that in order to make the void metal ingots. I'm sure it's probably going to unlock something here on how to do that. Okay, so let's go back to the base. Let's get out of that desert area. So what were we missing? We are missing research for Theory Eldritch. Now, I don't think we set back up our Thaumcraft stuff here for like doing a little bit of research. So Thaumcraft, we needed the arcane, no, we need the research table, right? It's been a minute since we've done that. So the research table, and then we need to get ourselves our scribing tools and paper, I believe. Okay, so scribing tools go here, and then paper right here. So we can create a theory, create a theory, And then we have to do this until we can get ourselves, well, which I cannot remember this. Yeah, I guess we need to get 30 Eldritch. So we have to get one of these full things. So 30 Eldritch progress. So we want to do this. Keep going. Yeah, so that'll give us 30 points towards that. And then we need to like start giving it these different crystals. If we have these available, do we have the different vis, air, and what was the other one? It was Perdicio. All right, so that will use up 2 of those, but we will gain some more stuff. And we keep going here. So universal theory, looks like that took away from some of our Eldritch, but that's fine. We'll just keep doing this until we can get the Eldritch research that we need. 30 more points, that's good. So we're up to what, 80? 85? What else do we got here? Completely random category, that's fine. Potentia, Artifice. So this wants us a Potentia V. Do we have a Potentia V? We do. Perfect. Let's give it one of those. All right, so we want you gain 15 Eldritch. That, oh, it looks like we're already there. So we'll go ahead and gain a little bit more. We'll do this one, and then we can complete the theory. So that should give us the thing that we need in order to unlock this right here. Sweet. All right, so we have void metal ingots. So we have to put a void seed into the crucible with 10 metallum and 5 vitium. So that's the taint. And I believe you can get that from like Netherwart, for instance, has it. Yeah, so we are going to need quite a bit of that stuff. I'll also have to go through here and see what else we can get that from. I'm sure there's a few different items. Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Find out which item is the best. It probably will just be Netherwart. I'm not entirely sure, though. But yeah, let me go ahead and do that, and we'll continue on, guys. All right, guys. So I ended up taking a whole bunch of Netherwart, putting it through the crucible, throwing the quartz slivers on it, and just getting a whole bunch of this Vitium V crystal. We have 1,500 remaining, so we have quite a bit more than what we needed for right now. But yeah, I just want to make sure we had plenty of that for the future. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is I am splitting this up. So we're doing 30 of the Vitium, and then we're doing 60 of the metallum. We're using iron nuggets for metallum. So I'm doing that, and then we're doing 6 and 6. So that'll give us 2 recipes. So 30 of those, 60 of those, 6 of this, and that gives us 6 more void metal. So 30, 60, 6, boom. Pretty simple. I like it. All right, so we got to do 30, 60, and then we can do 6 more of those. Okay, so really what we needed is 8 stacks of the void metal, right? So there is that, and we went a little bit extra, but that's fine. So there's our void metal blocks. Cool. So now that we have that void metal, we want to do the void metal seeds. Yeah, and that required 8 of these blocks, right? So we are pretty much there. We have to do this at premium, get some of the sapphire essence, and then do the things. We've done this a bunch of times. I am going to go ahead and make the seed, get it hooked up in the end, and then we'll have infinite void metal going forward, which is awesome. All right, guys, so some of the ingots that we were missing were like night slime and pig iron. The only reason why we were missing those is because we just have never made them before, right? There's nothing really special about them. You just need to alloy seared stone, purple slime, and molten iron to make the molten night slime. Now, purple slime is something we didn't have a lot of, but we do know how to convert other types of slime into other types, right? So pretty much every slime turns into these blocks, and we can put in the specific type of slime to convert into the block and then lock it. So yeah, we've done this before with like the blue slime and the pink slime. So I just made another one of these with the purple slime. So all we gotta do is make a recipe, which I didn't actually make, I just did this manually. But a recipe that says a block of slime will turn into 9 of these purple slime balls. And then just on the back, we just have an import bus that is set to filter specifically the slime ball of the type that we want to get back out of the green slime. Anyway, so that's what we did. I did have a mob imprisonment tool that had blue slime in it. So I started spawning in some blue slime so I could convert into those other types. And we ended up getting some of the blue slime. Let's see, blue slime, the blue slime souls. Yeah, so we got a plenty of these guys. So I just set up another spawner over here. I did not make the awakened. We just made a wyvern tier core for it. Yep, so a little guy in there. And then we have the on-off switch up above like we've done before. So I added in one here for blue slime. So if we want to spawn those in, we absolutely can. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so we got that done. The other one that was, it was a pig iron. That was the other one that we needed. And now it's just another, again, all you got to do is just go into here and do some alloying. So some clay, blood, you can get that from rotten flesh, and then iron. So, yep, just using the smeltery a little bit to get this. Eventually, we'll be able to make a whole bunch of this fluid using our creative tanks. So, we'll just have to make like a bucket of that, and then we'll have a whole lot of it. So anyway, we got that done. The other ones that we had in here that we didn't have already were the enhanced ender ingots and the ender ingots. These were real simple. We've done that before, just ender pearl and iron. I didn't have a recipe for it, and I forgot how easy that was, so I set up a recipe for that guy. And then these, if we look at the recipe for those, we do need the ender crafting thing, the ender alternators and the ender crafter. We looked at that a few episodes ago. An ender star, which is eyes of ender around a star, and then the ender ingots around that. Okay, so yeah, 16 ender stars plus a stack of the ender ingots makes a stack of those. So we have those. So we are left with just a few ingots here. So ebony and ivory metal. So that's something that we need to look at. So over here in our spell programmer, if we right click in the center or anywhere, we just need to look for ivory, I guess is what we'd want. So yeah, trick, ebony, and ivory. So that's all we got to do. Now hold shift for more info. It says it infuses coal and quartz while in the end. So we have to be in the end, and then coal or quartz turns into the ebony or the ivory. But we will need a spell bullet for that. So if we make a spell bullet, we can just right click that onto here. And if we come into our CAD assembler, we can drop our casting assistant device in there with a new spell bullet. Okay, so now when we press the button, we can select ebony and ivory. So we need coal. I'll grab a few stacks of that, and quartz. Okay, so let's go to the end. All right, so let's see. What do we got here? Do that and that. Easy. All right, so we'll just do a few of those at a time. Oh, gotta be careful. I ran out of this side juice over there. Apparently this takes a little bit more than what I was expecting. Okay, so we can do probably 2 stacks. Let that fill all the way up. So 2 stacks. Yeah, that takes us down less than 2/3. All right, so now we should be able to do this last one. Okay, very good. So we have the ebony and the ivory. So in order to make this, we need metal ingots wrapped with the ebony, and that gives us 1 of these ingots. So yeah, we are actually going to need 8 stacks of ebony and 8 stacks of the ivory. And the metal ingot, I believe... Oh, looks like we can double that. That's actually kind of nice. I didn't know that. Metal is just gold. I guess it doesn't really matter. So if we press the button, we could do infusion or greater infusion. I don't remember which one it is. And then gold. Let's make a whole bunch of gold real quick. Is that the one? Yeah, okay, so that's the greater infusion. So yeah, that's kind of cool that we can double that. That might be what we want to do. In fact, we have that whole thing set up back at the base. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make, 5 more stacks of both of these, and then we'll continue on, guys. All right, guys, so we only got 2 ingots that remain right now. We still have to get this lithium manganese dioxide alloy and insanium ingots. Now, trying to get this stuff was quite a trek through JEI, but it turns out the manganese dioxide is what we need. So if we look at this recipe here, we can see manganese dioxide plus lithium equals this lithium manganese dioxide alloy. Okay, so to get the manganese dioxide, we have to use a fluid infuser and take manganese oxide ingots and put it with some oxygen or liquid oxygen to get that. But in order to get this oxide ingot, we have to use manganese oxide dust. In order to get that, we smelled crushed this ruby thing, and that comes from the ruby thing, which comes from the ruby, right? Okay, so It's quite the fun experience trying to figure out how this all works, but it looks like we should be at the point where we can craft that. So I did put a storage bus on our oxygen here, so we have this available throughout the base. And if we go downstairs, right over here, I did a fluid infuser. We are pushing that oxygen into that using a fluid export bus with some acceleration cards. We're extracting out of it using import bus with acceleration cards. And then we just have an interface on top with the manganese oxide ingot makes the manganese dioxide ingot. Okay. And then we have full speed upgrades and stuff. So I haven't tested this yet. Pretty sure it's going to work. Let's give it a go. It might be a little slow actually because it's got to do a few steps with the redstone furnace. But hopefully we can get some stuff going. Oh, you know what? My magnet just picked up stuff. Yeah, I did a bad thing over here. Let's put this back. We'll cancel that and redo it. Because the ruby needs to be lasered. And then all that stuff needs to do the thing. There we go. So we're getting some of this stuff processing. Yeah. So things are happening. We're getting the manganese dioxide over here. That's filling back up. And we got 60 of them. I don't know where the other 4 are. I requested more than that. Stuff's still crafting, I guess. I'm not sure what happened. All right, well, let's cancel all of these crafts because something apparently didn't happen the way it should have. We want 4 more of those, so let's try and craft that up. I'm guessing something happened with my magnet or I don't know. I might have one of these recipes wrong. I'm not entirely sure. This manganese dioxide dust appears to not be working. Now that should just be that crushed stuff through the redstone furnace, and why that wouldn't be working, I have no idea. Yeah, that is really weird. So this stuff is just the crushed through the furnace, right? To make this, I don't think there's a % chance or anything, so it should be 1-to-1. And yeah, I guess we got to go to the back of the furnace here. Redstone furnace. We have 1 crushed equals 1 of those. So I don't know why that isn't working. Let me hop back here actually. Maybe it's one of those things where like an interface isn't going into it correctly. Redstone furnace. This. I mean, that should be working. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that. Oops, I just broke that by right-clicking with my wireless crafting table. Oh, that is a big problem. What the heck? Why does that do that? We need our memory card. Oh boy. All right, mystery solved. The problem is we're taking this manganese dioxide, putting it through the redstone furnace, which is set to auto input, so it's grabbing some of this dust and putting it back in and then smelting the result. And that was turning it into the manganese. I guess it was doing it multiple times. Manganese, this stuff. So these are like the missing pieces that we had. So it's taking this, smelting it down into the oxide, and it's smelting that again, which result in this stuff. So I turned the auto input off, so we shouldn't be having that problem anymore. But yeah, anyway, so we have everything together now except for the very last item, which would be the insanium ingot. This is the last one. We need 64 insanium ingots. And we can't do that because we are missing 722 supremium ingots, or I guess supremium dust. Now we can get this stuff fairly easily by using our wither boss killing thing. Every time the wither boss dies, it drops a whole bunch of this stuff. And I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Wither skeleton skulls. Let's grab 6 of those. We'll do 2 stacks of bosses. And then soul sand, I need 8. All right, so if we put all that stuff over here, we have this auto wither boss thing still on, but it's not hooked up to applied energistics. It's like a manual thing. So when I want to farm that stuff, we can do it this way and just drop all of these items in there, which I think is what we want to do. So that'll start spawning the wither boss and killing them. Actually, I don't got a way out over here. Let's go over this way. Yeah, anyway, so I'll just let that run. We should end up getting a whole bunch of the essence. this stuff right here. So yeah, every time the wither boss dies, we get a little bit more of that stuff. It takes a minute sometimes for it to get filtered through into the system, but yeah, we are collecting that. And if that's not enough by the time this is done, I can go ahead and kill a few more bosses. So that's not a big deal. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. Yes, we did some good stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't quite make the ingot that we want to. In fact, we could make one. Let's do that. Insanium ingot. Let's make one of these. I would actually like to have the ultimate ingot before we wrap it up for today. Not a full stack. We'll wait on the stack. Let's just make one. Whoops. We'll make one. There it is. The ultimate ingot. What does that thing look like? It looks like an ultimate ingot. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.